Imagine this. It's early morning. The alarm goes off, sunlight slips through the curtains, and you roll over to grab your phone. But before you can check it, you hear a voice. About time you got up. I've been waiting for breakfast. You freeze. The room is empty. The voice comes again, calm, slightly annoyed. You look down and realize it's your cat. She's sitting there, tail flicking, staring straight at you. And she's not meowing. She's speaking. You stumble into the kitchen, heart pounding, only to hear another voice outside your window. Birds are bickering over who gets the top branch of the tree. A squirrel yells at them to keep it down. On the street, a dog is shouting across the fence at another, "Get off my lawn!" The world has suddenly found a voice. At first, it feels magical. Your pet finally tells you what they're thinking. They confess they love when you scratch behind their ears. They complain about that cheap kibble you bought. They remind you they warned you about that shady boyfriend years ago. Everywhere you go, animals are suddenly alive in conversation. Parrots tell jokes, dolphins compose songs, and elephants, oh the elephants, share stories that sound like ancient legends passed through centuries. But once the novelty wears off, the problems begin. Because animals don't just talk. They demand. They protest. They argue. Your dog complains about walks being too short. Cows on farms start asking why they're trapped in fields. Chickens whisper, "Why are you taking our eggs?" And suddenly dinner time feels awkward. Every bite of meat turns into a moral debate. Imagine cutting into a steak and remembering the cow who once begged, "Please don't." Humanity would face an impossible choice: change the way we eat or ignore billions of new voices pleading for their lives. And it doesn't stop with farms. Zoos? They turn into political battlegrounds. Lions pacing back and forth, roaring, "Why am I in this cage?" Dolphins in aquariums asking, "What did we do to deserve this prison?" The entertainment industry would crumble overnight. We couldn't just watch animals perform tricks anymore, not when they're shouting, "I don't want to do this." Yet, in the middle of the chaos, there's also brilliance. Imagine whales, those giants of the deep, telling us what they've seen in the darkest parts of the ocean. They could describe creatures we've never discovered, landscapes we've never mapped. Birds might warn us of storms before they happen. Elephants could recall histories older than our own. What secrets of nature, of medicine, of survival would humanity unlock just by listening? But think about the noise. Billions of animals all speaking at once. The constant chatter of insects buzzing insults in your ear. Rats negotiating for space in your home. Mosquitoes flying by your head, whining, "Sorry about this bite, but I'm starving." Forests, oceans, jungles, no longer silent escapes, but endless crowds of voices all demanding attention. Could we handle it? Could we bear the weight of every creature's thoughts? And then comes the biggest question of all, rights. If animals can speak, are they still property? Or do they become citizens? Would your dog have legal rights? Could your cat testify in court? Imagine elections where millions of monkeys cast votes. Imagine courts filled with parrots as witnesses. Imagine your goldfish listed as part of your household, legally. Society would collapse under the weight of these new realities. And yet, hidden inside the chaos lies a possibility. For the first time, humans would see themselves not as rulers of nature, but as equals. As part of a community bigger than our own species. Instead of guessing, instead of studying and testing, we'd know, straight from the source, what animals feel, what they fear, what they dream of. Maybe they'd teach us how to live more harmoniously, how to balance with the planet instead of draining it. Of course, it wouldn't be paradise. There would be arguments, conflicts, and challenges we couldn't imagine. But maybe, just maybe, learning to listen could change everything. So what if animals could talk? Would the world become louder, messier, almost unbearable? Or would it finally push us toward a future where humans and animals share more than the planet? They share understanding, respect, and stories. The real question isn't, What would animals say to us? It's, would we be ready to listen?